Okay, how's everybody doing? So, I want to talk to you about substrate on this diorama, but before I do, I want to mention a couple things about the channel. So, for those of you that are worried that I've pivoted away from the model railroad, I haven't. The model railroad's above. It's my main primary project on this channel, but I've been working on it now for almost 4 years. It's a long-term project, and there's no way I'm going to go day in and day out, day in and day out on just the model railroad. Like, I love to build dioramas. It's called Boomer Diorama. I love any subject. I mean, I love model railroading, and I have a history of military modeling. And every year I put out a diorama like this in between the layout build. So that's why I've been working on this. So I will be uploading little feature videos here and there as I tag team with the model railroad layout above River Road. And in this case, this particular diorama, which I haven't released the title of yet, but it should be finished well, we'll see, the end of 2025. But anyway, so I just want to talk to you about substrate of the foam here, okay? Okay, so I just want to share now my methods. Like sometimes I'll say we or I, but try to see it as this is the way I do it, and I do it for good reason because I've been doing it for decades. Like I've been building dioramas since I was a kid, so like hundreds, right? And most of the ones, like the ones that were turned out well, were all sold to private collections. I worked at the museums, etc., and worked in film. So I just do it as a hobby now in my retirement. So I'm thankful that I have all the experience that I have, but I wasn't going to wait until retirement to take up a hobby. I sort of took it up when I was a kid and I never stopped doing it. So now with YouTube, which did not exist, I get to share and encourage and inspire others to go for it too. So whatever methods that you want to employ, go for it. Like whatever works for you, fine. These methods have been developed over a long period of time for preservation means. It means that these substrate, materials, like will stand the test of time. Like if a collector ever buys or has in the past bought my diorama 10, 20, even 30 years ago, well, they look the same. They don't fall apart. But anyway, notice the foam here. I never throw away foam, okay? I always, like big chunks like this or larger. It's not the cheapest medium to use, which I'll just mention first, the foam part, because it just isn't, right? So every piece you find or have, try to save it, stack it. I know it takes up room, but save it because I use it. Like this foam I've had for, like this is probably 20 years old, this foam, like from some project that I did, right? Okay. So notice that this is built on, can I lift this up now? I think so, yeah. This is really lightweight. Like see that? Like it's just a wood frame. I get this frame from art supply stores. It's a pre-gessoed board or painted whiteboard, and I put these maple struts in here just for extra stability. But this is as solid as a rock, and it's all been varathaned. Now, what I've done is I could have just built this base like this. Let me just move this foam out of the way. I could have just built this base or built these components on a flat board, right? But I tend to shy away from that fundamentally because there isn't 1 square foot of ground that's level in the real world, unless it's a football field or even a parking lot. But even then, a parking lot's going to have undulations in it. So this is, I don't know, would be like 50 feet in 1/16 scale by, 35 or something. So there's going to be variations, like see the subtle, like so it's going to be a wall, like part of a wall here, but you can see the subtle incline to the foreground. That's actually quite severe for the purposes of this square footage and scale. But you can see the front, right? It's just very subtle. So this is the beach front that comes up to the wall. So I want to build that in with foam first and then mount my pieces on to avoid that flat pancake look, which I find takes away right away from a diorama if you ignore the undulations, the subtle undulations in terrain. Okay, so that's the number 1 reason why I use foam. The number 2 reason why I use foam is I can scarve and sculpt it at will. Okay, so Now, I want to show a couple of products people have asked for in the past. I figured this is a really good video to basically show what I use. Like, my methodology is the same with the model railroad as it is with a small diorama, okay? So wood frame, right? Benchwork frame wood, okay? However you want to do that. The lighter the better, but don't build it too light because it can warp, right? Okay? So foam on top of wood so I can sculpt the foam to whatever shape I want. And then what I do is I use this. This is Activa Fast Mash. So I used to use cell clay like 50 years ago. And then there's another one called Sculpt-A-Mold. There's Fast Mash and Celluclay, which is Activa makes all of it. Like, it's this type of commercial paper mache. You just mix it with water. It's safe on your hands. There's no odor. And it's beautiful. I like this out of the three. Like, okay, so there's Celluclay, which is kind of jelly, kind of like, it's good too. And then Sculpt-A-Mold is very similar to this, but I like this, and it goes pure sort of white. And it has this incredible texture, natural texture when it dries. Like, the rougher you put it on, the better. Like, it looks unbelievable. Like, it already looks like soil. Like, if you put soil and sort of materials on it, it wrecks it almost. Like, it's hard to better the texture that this gives. And whenever I'm going to build larger scale models, I want to enhance the texture, right? So here's some products, hashtag no sponsor. Like, this is Golden, and then Liquitex, and then there's also the Tamiya one I've shown before. It's a modeling compound, similar bottle as this, but it's just a different resolution. Like, these are all different resolutions, okay? Like, if I can show you this one, here's Golden Coarse Pumice Gel. There's fine, coarse, extra coarse. It's all acrylic, right? Which sticks to foam. And Fast Mash, unbelievable, right? All water-based. So you can see there, like, this is, let me pull a piece out. Like, see that? It's like, and look at this. See how you can stretch it? Like, this will get harder and harder. Like, this has been sealed, but like, this is dry now, but it's not cured. But this will grow harder and harder, but it'll always have a little bit of flexibility that'll last indefinitely, right? Because it's acrylic, right? So, okay, coarse pumice gel. Then you have ceramic stucco by Liquitex. And notice how they say effects on here. It's generally made for canvas, but this is the same as a canvas, except it's three-dimensional sculpture laying flat, right? See there? It has not a whipping cream, but a nice texture, beautiful. Like, I used for, what did I use this on? Oh yeah, I used it on the wall, on the bunker wall episode that I produced. This is one I haven't opened yet, so I don't open them unless I'm going to use them. This is natural sand. Now this has this is unique. That they're all unique. Like, they look the same, right? Don't they? But they're not. When you put them on, the textures vary. Some are transparent, some are opaque, etc. And that all matters because it gives you so many more options when you want to add color and paint and build up glazes and layers like over top, all right? So I just want to show you about this foam and why I like it so much for sculpting. I can basically just, like, I took this foam because originally it was just flat, smooth like this, right? So beaches are generally not all just covered in sand. Like, you could just slope this, you could cover it with this, and then just sprinkle sand on, but I don't want to do that. I want to sort of take advantage of the texture instilled by the chipping and the cutting away. That foam is so beautiful that way, right? Okay, so I can basically just put slices in. I don't really think about it that much. I just add slices with a knife and then basically just slice it like cheese or bread and then break it off, see? And this, like that, I mean, look at that, right? Like that. So I don't want to cover that up with like something like Fast Mash because I'm going to have to resculpt this again when it's already sculpted. So the question is can I seal this and paint this? Yes, you can. You can just seal in these cracks or leave them or fill them in with materials like this, just little bits. Like you don't want to use like all of this to build up bulk. You want to use this to build up your bulk because it's your cheapest substrate medium, right? Well, one of the cheapest anyway. Or you can paint this with any number of acrylic paints like gesso, or just paint it with this, just to basically seal this, and then you can just start painting it and add other finer textures to it. So that's why I like to use foam. These are the products that I love to use because they're safe, especially for kids and family. You don't have to worry. You can wash up with soap and water. There's no odor, and they take paint unbelievably well, and other water-based substrates that you want to apply to this as another additional layer as well, okay?